Davy. Awesome. Welcome to Davy's Awesome Wrestling, where I review wrestling-related things, all from the perspective of a fan, not an insider. So this week was WWE Elimination Chamber 2025, live from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Let's get into it. The opener was the Women's Elimination Chamber match. The contestants, in order they came out: Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Bayley, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Naomi. And the first crazy thing happened was right after the bell rang, we get the entrance music of Jade Cargill, who is back, came in and attacked Naomi. Attacked her so bad that she had to be eliminated due to default. She couldn't continue. Giving us the impression that Jade Cargill believes that Naomi is the one who attacked her. At this point, Naomi has said she did not. I guess we'll see how this unfolds. But I think that's what we were all guessing. And I'll get more into that later. After that, like always with an Elimination Chamber, I can't tell you every cool thing that happened. It's an Elimination Chamber. A lot of cool stuff happens. But the second, but technical, real elimination, Liv Morgan eliminated Bayley. Alexa Bliss eliminated Roxanne Perez. Liv Morgan then eliminated Alexa Bliss, leaving the last two in the chamber, Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair. And Belair got the win, which was a little disappointing. One, with Belair's, in my opinion, too long title reign she had last time, I'm honestly not that excited to see her as champion again. Secondly, I was really hoping the winner was going to be Alexa Bliss, because Rhea Ripley and Alexa Bliss, unlike these other two things, is not some we've seen to death. But when it came down to Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, I was like, I guess Bianca Belair, because we have seen her and Rhea Ripley, but not as much as Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. As much as that was a fun program, it's done, and I don't want to see it reignited. And then where I don't normally go into what happened the next night on Raw when I do these reviews, I kind of stick to it. As we know, Io Sky has won the World Heavyweight Championship, but through a little controversy. So is it going to be a triple threat, or is it going to be Io Sky and Bianca Belair again? Which that we've seen done a little bit too much, so I don't know. Overall, it was a little disappointing. It's an Elimination Chamber, so really the only way for it to be bad is to be disappointing. I wouldn't say it was bad. It was still entertaining, it was still good. I just really wish sometimes I'd think a little outside the box. I would only give this one a 3 out of 5. Yeah! Then a tag match of Nia Jax and Candice LeRae versus Trish Stratus and WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. Honestly, the moment this was announced, I was a little annoyed. I expected Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax were gonna go again, get her rematch for the title, but instead of a title match, we're having a tag team match just so you can throw Trish Stratus in there somewhere. And as far as the tag match goes, it was okay, but it was not great. It was just a tag match. I'm not a big fan of Nia Jax. I've made that very clear. I think she's very overrated. She's one of those that literally the only thing she has going for her is her size, and that's it. She's a big woman, and that's all she's got. Other than that, she has little to no skill. I'm glad with Candice LeRae they're doing something with her, finally, so it gave her a little bit of chance to showcase herself. And I get that it's Toronto, so they're like, if we can get Trish Stratus in there, we got to. But I feel like you could have just had her come out with Tiffany Stratton in a title match. And I'll get more into that later. The match, though, itself, it just seemed like the entire thing was a tag team going through the motions kind of match that we would see on a SmackDown or something. And it just went until Tiffany Stratton got the win over Nia Jax. Honestly, I'd only give this one a 2 out of 5. Then the unsanctioned match of Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. And here's the thing. Nothing was wrong with this match per se. It was a brutal match, like we would expect. It is heated rivalry. You know, of course, they brought out the weapons, like the hockey stick, which was a nice touch considering they're in the home of the Maple Leafs. They brought out the barbed wire wrap chair, which is always nice. And Owens getting extremely brutal, doing multiple powerbomb onto the aprons to Sami Zayn until he finally pinned him. But here's the problem with this. I have seen Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn so many times that I really don't care to ever see it again. I've used the same comparison. It would be like if they announced, oh, John Cena's coming out to fight Randy Orton. I wouldn't give a crap. I've seen that too many times. And that's how I felt about this. It felt like it was just giving Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn something to do in between WrestleMania, and from what we hear now, Sami Zayn is out on injury. But still, that was the only point to it, was to give them something to do. And again, I've seen it so many times. I just don't care. The only thing that did, though, make this a little bit more exciting, besides the hardcore factor, of course that's always going to be exciting, but was that after the match, Kevin Owens is going back to beat up Sami Zayn a little bit more, and out comes returning Randy Orton. Which, of course, that we've been waiting for. Randy Orton to come back and get his revenge over Kevin Owens for putting him out. And it looks like they're going to put that to WrestleMania. That's cool. But again, it comes down to how many times are we going to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in a heated rivalry, and then go right back to being friends, and then a heated rivalry, and then go right back to being friends. It's old, it's redundant. I can only get so excited about that. So because of that, I would have given this probably just a 3. But with the Randy Orton coming back, that did bump it up just enough to where I would give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah! Then the men's Elimination Chamber match, meaning that the whole decision with Cody Rhodes and The Rock was going to be the main event. And I remember thinking, like, that's odd. The contestants in the men's chamber, in order they came out: Logan Paul, Damian Priest, CM Punk, John Cena, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins. The eliminations: Priest eliminated Drew McIntyre, who freaked out after his elimination and did a Claymore onto Damian Priest, allowing Logan Paul, the guy who likes to pretend he's better than he is, do a frog splash from the top of the pod onto Priest, get the pin, and eliminate Priest. So now Logan Paul can brag that he eliminated somebody, even though he really didn't have much to do with it. But hey, WWE's got to keep him happy, so he'll keep supplying them with their terrible drinks. Then CM Punk came out, who very soon after eliminated Logan Paul, slapping him first. It was very satisfying. And then with some help from Cena, CM Punk was able to eliminate Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins, being angry about this, of course, even though he was eliminated, kind of did the same thing Drew McIntyre did when he got a chance. He did a stomp onto Punk on the outside so that his head hit the mat. And John Cena took advantage of this and immediately pulled him in and put him in the STF. And again, I was like, John Cena's really going to take a cheap win? But he did, because he put him in the STF and CM Punk passed out, making John Cena the winner of the men's Elimination Chamber, and he's going to go on to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Ultimately, though, this match was awesome. It's very satisfying. Logan Paul got slapped in the face like a bitch. So I would give this one a 5 out of 5. Then now the main event. Cody Rhodes came out right after to congratulate John Cena, which meant Cody Rhodes was going to answer The Rock's proposal to sell his soul to The Rock. And kind of went the way we all figured it was going to go. That he was going to say no. This is where things got interesting. He says no. He goes to give John Cena a hug, congratulate him again that he's going to go to WrestleMania. John Cena turned heel on Cody Rhodes, shocking everybody watching, including myself. I couldn't believe that now, of all times, John Cena was going to turn heel. But beat the crap out of him. Travis Scott, the rapper, was there with his even uglier version of the hardcore title, and they all beat the crap out of Cody Rhodes, of course The Rock too, making it clear that The Rock in the entire time this was a ruse. That's my guess, at least. I'll get more into that in a second, but as far as this goes, this was awesome. It's not a match, so I don't really have a yeah to give it. Just more of a what? So, Elimination Chamber 2025 overall ended very strong. It didn't start out very good. The first Elimination Chamber match with the women, it was a little disappointing. Yeah, there's some excitement in that they're finally continuing this Jade Cargill story, but then again, I don't care because I'm not a fan of Jade Cargill. I honestly think she's more overrated than Nia Jax, has been since her days in AEW. If you've watched my channel, if you watch my reviews, you know dang well I'm not a fan of Jade Goldberg. I don't really do much in the way of predictions, but my guess is that it is going to turn out that Naomi is innocent, because Naomi's denying it, so who knows. My guess is it is still Bianca Belair. I think it's more going to go that way just because it's possible, but we've seen Naomi try to be heel before and it never works. I think she's just naturally not a heel. The second match, the tag team match, I could not care less about it. And even the result of it, I could not care less about it. It honestly, in my opinion, shouldn't have been on the pay-per-view. And it also kind of irritated me that the one match that had a champion in this entire event, she wasn't defending her title. And I don't like that. I know I'm old school, but it is a pay-per-view or PLE, whatever you want to call it. There should be at least a title match on there. Maybe not the title, but a title match. They could have easily put some title match on here. They could have put an Intercontinental, United States, one of the women's championships. They did the Women's World Championship the very next night on Raw. Why couldn't they have just done it at Elimination Chamber? They had built it up for a few weeks. They could have just settled it there. But no, instead we had an entire pay-per-view with not one title match. And in my opinion, that sucks. Unsanctioned match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Again, I made it clear. I just don't care because I've seen it too many times. I don't ever need to see these two fight again. But again, to do this to at least build up the Randy Orton story of him finally coming back and they're going to go at WrestleMania, okay. The men's chamber match was good. We all expected that John Cena was going to win. Because if he was to wrestle at WrestleMania for his last match and it not be for the title, that would be kind of messed up. With his legacy, the fact that he is not just a legend, he's an icon. He gets talked about in that conversation of Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena. The guy that was carrying the company, the poster boy for the company. We don't have a new one yet. It's looking like it's going to be Cody Rhodes, but we don't know. So if this is really going to be it, then he needs to go out in the main event at WrestleMania. And then for the end of it to be a swerve that he's turning heel, which was very shocking. Throughout the years, there were times that we actually thought that he was going to turn heel, and he never did. And we understood it was because he was so popular with the kids. He sells so much merchandise with the kids. Okay, fine. But now, after all these years, his last tour, he's going to end as a heel? That was insane, shocking, but when you think about it, kind of brilliant. It's the perfect time. It was just crazy though, and it was a great twist in the sense that it took me a minute to process it. The thing that we thought could happen, should happen, but never thought would happen, and it happened. And as I processed it, I realized that not only was this such a twist because it shocked us, but so many things leading up to it made us realize we should have seen it coming. And that to me is the best twist. It's kind of like a movie, like The Sixth Sense, if you will. People nowadays want to claim like, oh, I saw it coming. I was around back when it was a brand new movie. No, you did not. Nobody saw it coming. It was such a shocking twist. What made it such a great shocking twist was that the second time you watch the movie, you see all the clues and realize, I should have seen that coming. That's the best kind of twist, is when they can actually put it in your face with all the clues, but all that does is distract you. All the stuff that's been building up over the last year or two has been leading to this moment, and you can see all the little hints of this was coming. That made it to where this event ended nicely. So whereas I was honestly, even up to the point of the last match, thinking in my head, I'd only give this a 3. That bumped it up. I would not say that Elimination Chamber itself deserved a 5. But for its strong finish, I would give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah! So there you have it. That's my wrestling review this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications for when I post new videos. And leave a comment I can respond to in my next comment corner. Tell me what you thought of Elimination Chamber 2025. Try to lie to me and tell me that you did see it coming. Love you guys.